Our next speaker is Mr. Amitabh Ranjan, DGM GAIL.
Very good afternoon, sir, and very good afternoon to the chair, Mr. VC Chittoda, sir, my ex-boss as well. I mean, and pardon me for my sore throat a bit. Actually, as a CNG business and especially talking about the CNG vehicles, I have come up with a bit of overall umbrella for the gas scenario. For any business, we need to have a availability of gas in the country, reachability of gas to the remote location, and economy of gas to the consumers. If we see here, the country is somewhat like this. Means this blue one are showing domestic gas available with us, which is very constant. The rest is an imported gas, that is uh, LNG gas. Coming to the pie chart sort of thing, we see that power is giving way to the CGD business. Why I'm talking about this is that the government initiatives are good. All these things, they require huge fund, huge finance, which government has geared up. The government has already come up with a 4 lakh crore ENP investment, like 1 lakh crore per year for next 4 years. Gas grids have already so much 92,000, and same with LNG terminals, CGD network, and Satat. The total is a galloping investment of 8 lakh crores. No joke if it comes very well as planned. And it pumps. With this 50% population and 70% area is covered. I think is the other way around, 70% population and 50% area. 4.2 crore was the additional PNG connection. Same, the consumption in CGD is expected to grow in the coming years in this fashion. 1,75,000 kilometers CGD pipelines by 2030 have been planned. And to support all these imports, 5,000 compressed biogas plants are to come at a cost of 1,75,000 crore, of which GAIL has already given an LOI to 52 of them. Now coming to our India's road transportation, one of the fastest growing network in the world. We have taken over, we have overtook Germany as the fourth largest automobile market globally. If we see, we have continuously ramped up to 25, does this have, to 25 million, means 2.5 crore vehicles are there, and with the majority of two wheelers going to 81%. A study says that by 2040 the world will have double the number of vehicles, and country will have 4 times the number of vehicle, followed by China, which is 3 times. So vehicle business will go. So we have to tap the business of natural gas here in the form of our CNG vehicles. Gas is coming. Gas has been tied up. Infrastructure is there, going to be built up in next 5 years. GS are there. So business is taking very good shape. As far as advantage of vehicle, CNG vehicle is concerned, it's quite safe. Rest of all we know, but auto ignition point is very high, which is 540 degree as compared to petrol 280. Coming to efficiency as well, because of high octane number, it's more efficient than a petrol vehicle. octane number of petrol lies around 80 to 90. It has no lead in it. So no lead means no contamination in crankcases. So it has to have a name of a clean fuel and a better maintained fuel. We had studied. This is sort of a back of an envelope study, saying that BS6, our CNG is comparable to BS6 as well. Like sulfur, the BS6 has the standard of 10 ppm. We have less than 10 ppm here, and the rest of the NOx, SOx, and all are have been written as negligible, means they were very little trace which could not be calculated on a small volume. Now the business is also seen going quite well. The CAGR is 12% as of now. From 477 we have jumped up to, as on date it is 1990, coming to 2000, and the rest of 10,000 is already lined up. So all business, all fund, everything is available here. So this CNG business will take a revolution here. Sorry. The market of CNG vehicle is also expected to grow in many folds. In the year 19, the market was around 0.61 to 0.72 lakh crores. By the 2028, it is seen to grow 5 folds to 3 to 3.4 lakh crores. No doubt, OEMs have the major part to play, and retrofitting, yes, due to the low value, will always take a small pie of it. All the conversions shown here are as mentioned here, that a car and a taxi conversion cost is 40,000, 25,000, and bus is 4 lakh. But by 2020, still it is visible that cars will have the major part of the business. So we need to focus on cars, more of it. But to have more sale of volume, buses are also to be taken care of. Buses involve much of the capex here, so there's a small risk, and we will see later on that comparison is also not very lucrative for buses, but we need to go for buses as well, being a clean fuel and a easy-going fuel. Now, this is the scene showing that there is a 5 times increase in, there will be a 5 times increase in CNG vehicle by 2027. As of now, the blue ones, if we add, comes to around 35 lakhs, and this will grow to 1 crore 75 lakhs in the coming business by 2027, 2028. Now, why should we bank for it? How should we convince the customer? Here comes an analysis of cost benefit. For sure, I have considered only the retrofitting. The main capex does lie on the other side. But while running a car, a petrol car will go for will run for 5 rupees, and a CNG car will run for 2.5. So 50% benefit here. Same is with auto. Same is with taxi, 38%. Buses only show an 11%. The payback of all those retrofitted car will be 13 months, auto 8 months, taxi 9 months, bus 27 months. So reasonably nice way to convince the personality. Another opportunity for CNG is LNG and LCNG and mobile MRUs. Now, GAIL has already come up with a station at Bhubaneswar, and there are 3 stations of LNG, Chiplun and Nagpur as well, which are well running here. and just a picture of this getting unloaded LCNG. LNG business does need some key enablers, which is fast payback period, a network maintenance support, and fuel facility wherever possible. A small picture showing how LNG is being done. Now, one good thing is that the golden quadrilateral is there always, is is there with us. The government has planned 350 LNG stations across this at a cost of 3,000 to 3,500 crore, and fortunately one fifth falls under GAIL. So this will give a blue corridor a nice way to enhance our business. And challenges are there. We always call for electrical vehicle as our challenge because of road taxation and all. But you know, we can call a petrol pump or a CNG station can always be called as a fuel pump. Petrol below, gas below, bijli below. There's so much of involvement of business here, and the country requires at least 2 times more by 2020 the energy what we are taking. Now, GST picture is here of a typical car. So, if we say our cars range between total tax of 29 to 50%, whereas an electrical vehicle has 25% and with a GST of 5%. Here is where capex comes into picture, which needs to be deliberated with the government. Now, infrastructure is there, policy enablers. We always talk about gas should come under GST, exemption of 14% is there, and awareness among transport association, free registration and VAT and GST will add to it. So, Kul Milaka, it is like country is the third largest consumer of energy and fourth largest importer of LNG after Japan, Korea. Thank you.
Thank you, Amitabh, for very comprehensive coverage on the CNG and the natural gas.